Hey everyone and welcome back. It has been a little while since my last video and I'm really excited to start off the new year with some more content. I feel that I've still been figuring things out now being a mum and with my baby and taking time away as well from social media and from YouTube. So it's been a very hectic few months, but I hope you're all having a really great new year and I hope you've all been enjoying the holiday period. I thought today's video would be a really great opportunity to kick off 2026 and talk about some of the things that have made my life easier as a photographer, especially as of late. I don't really do too many favorite videos here on this channel, but I do think that sometimes it's helpful for other photographers to maybe do things like this because it's nice to be able to share what has made my life easier, and hopefully some of these things will also make your life easier too. So definitely feel free, if you also have things as a photographer that you really can't live without, definitely put them in the comment section below, because there's plenty of beginner photographers watching this channel who would, I'm sure, love to see what is making your life easier. And let me know down in the comment section below if any of the points that I'm going to talk about today resonate with you too. But for those of you who are new to this channel, hi, my name is Kaylee June and I'm a beauty and fashion photographer based near Sydney, Australia. I started this YouTube channel over 10 years ago to talk about all things photography and retouching, and surprisingly, it is still going. It's been a long time that I've been here on YouTube and I hope to continue this channel even with the big life changes, especially during 2025. And for those of you who also don't know, I actually have another YouTube channel over at Kaylee June Creative, and that is really doing all the behind the scenes of being a content creator and photographer. And I do talk a lot about business and freelancing and social media and a lot of stuff like that there. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, there's also that channel to check out down in the description box below. I'll leave a link. But for today's video, as I said, we're going to be focusing on photography, and I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite things lately that I feel have really made my life easier as a photographer. So jumping in, we're actually going to start with a kind of a boring one today. It's not very exciting, but it is something that I think it may not necessarily cross your mind to do this, or if you're not a particularly organized person like myself. I like to think I'm organized, but I will say that I think that organization doesn't necessarily come naturally to me as a person. I think that it has taken me a long time to find things to make myself organized. So the first thing that we're actually going to start with today is a portable tech case. Now I actually have a couple of these and I use them for traveling. I use them for my everyday photography gear. I can easily put this into my camera bag. And these cases in particular I use for my SD cards, my CF cards, any small little cables or hard drives. This is where they go. And one thing I will say that as a photographer I have learned over the years is to keep your SD cards and your CF cards in a place where you know you're going to be able to remember where they are. And this has really been the point of getting these tech cases, because I can easily find them whenever I need to. As I said, they are portable, so you can easily pop them in here and just reach for them whenever you need to. The problem with memory cards is they can be quite fiddly and they can be quite small. They can get lost very easily, and this can be very upsetting, especially if you have content that you have not uploaded to your computer or to your hard drives and you've lost a memory card before. You'll know how painful it is. And it can also just be downright annoying to not know where your memory cards are on a regular basis. And I always find that when they're in these tech cases, I get into a much better habit of getting my content straight away onto my computer as soon as I'm home from a shoot or as soon as I finish filming for the day or whatever I've been doing. Memory cards in a tech case, that is always one way to ensure you know where they are. And I know that a lot of camera bags actually have specific spots for memory cards, and that's fine, but again, I do find that having them in something like this just ensures that they're all together. They don't sort of slip through any cracks, or they don't come out in the bag. They don't sort of float around, and I just prefer having them in the one spot. Now, in terms of like a box in a box effect here, you can put your memory cards into like a little pouch or something within the case. So for me, I actually have some little old digital Rev ones that I still use, and they fit the cards in there really well. And again, the reason I'm saying this is because memory cards can be super fiddly these days, especially micro SDs. Like, they are so tiny, and I really like to know that they're all in the one place, safe and sound. And for those of you who are interested, this was an old one from Kiki K, so unfortunately can't buy this one in particular anymore, but there's plenty of tech cases online and through lots of stores online, so they're not particularly hard to find. So now that the slightly boring one's out of the way, we can move on to the more interesting stuff now. Now, the next thing that I find has made my life a lot easier and a lot more simplified is having a monopod. Now, this can be a really handy thing to have as a photographer. And I'm actually going to be speaking about the A400 Monopod from iFootage, who who also happen to be today's video sponsor. Now I'm going to be completely honest, before iFootage actually reached out to me, I had never owned a monopod. And to be honest, it never really crossed my mind to own one, but I have many stands at home, I have many tripods. This can be for lighting, it can be for cameras. Quite often I am working in studio as a beauty photographer. I do need a lot of stands, and unfortunately tripod stands tend to take up a lot of room, especially when you're working in small spaces. Now I have had home studios before. I have quite often hired small studios, and I do this on a pretty regular basis when I'm photographing, especially test shoots and things like that, because often it is cheaper to hire a smaller space or a smaller studio. And personally, I don't need a ton of space when I'm photographing beauty portraits, but it does become annoying when you have hired that smaller space and you've got tripod legs everywhere and stands that really do become trip hazards even when you've got sandbags on them. So since having the A400, it's been like entering a new world of having a monopod. And when I received it, it's like a light bulb went off in my head and I was like, why didn't I do this earlier? I could have had a much easier time in studios over the years had I just been working with monopods. And in particular, the A400 is so great because the top mounting plate features a universal combo screw that auto adjusts, which means compatibility with most DSLR and mirrorless cameras, camcorders, fluid heads, lights, microphones, projectors, and more. Now, as I said, the A400 is really space saving. Instead of having 3 legs taking up a lot of space, you only have a single stand, which is really, really great, especially when you have 2 dogs at home that love to get tangled up in tripod legs, which quite honestly happens on a daily basis for me. I have this home office and I obviously use it to film my YouTube videos. I use it for some product photography. I use it for many different things, and having 2 dogs wandering through tripod legs is not always fun, but not to mention the fact that I now have a baby as well. So when she is crawling around, I'm not going to be having her around tripod legs, which is going to be great. This office isn't huge either. So again, it's space saving. It is giving me so much extra room in here, not only to film, but when I'm in studio as well, I'm able to work with lights. I'm able to work with cameras in much smaller spaces and not feeling like I'm getting too cramped with tripod legs everywhere. It also makes for really quick height adjustments as well. Like obviously with a regular stand or a tripod, you're quite often having to spend a bit of time with adjusting, but with this stand, it's just kind of straight up and down. It's very, very easy to adjust the height of it, and it's just a nice simple replacement as a photographer. The base is also really stable and strong, so it's very, very good for professional photographers and videographers or even content creators. There are really endless ways that you can use this monopod, and I really think that the A400 is going to be in my kit for a long time to come. So if you're interested in checking out the A400 Monopod by iFootage, make sure to click the link in the description box below and head over to their website to go and check it out. A huge thank you to iFootage for sponsoring this video today, and let's move on to the next thing that makes my life easier. Now, the next thing that actually makes my life easier as a photographer and retoucher is something that's currently in the frame of this video already, and it is a desktop light. Again, this is something that never really crossed my mind to purchase for my setup as a photographer or retoucher over the years, but at the same time, I've been struggling in low light situations for a long time, retouching and staying up late to edit photos at my desk, especially because I don't like to turn on overhead lighting. It is not my favorite. I like mood lighting at night, and I just can't do down lights at night. It's just the worst. But then obviously staring at my screen when you've got a blaring screen at night and you've got no mood lighting surrounding or very little, it's also not really lighting the space well, and it has affected my eyes over the years. It's really a terrible, terrible thing to do as a retoucher especially. You should always make sure that you have a really well lit setup, but this is something that can really help with that. And the great thing about this light in particular is that I can light the back of my wall instead of actually lighting my keyboard and everything directly, but I can also do that too. And I have the ability to switch between both. So depending on what I kind of need with my lighting situation at any given time, I can change that. But yes, especially now that I am a working mum, I find that I'm doing a lot of my work late at night once my daughter has gone to bed and I'm sitting in a dark room here and editing. So it is definitely something that has made my life easier over the last few months, and I'm actually not killing my eyesight anymore. And moving on to the fourth thing that has made my life easier as a photographer. Now, this is something I felt that I got into the habit of many years ago when things were just starting to get lost and a bit overwhelming, but it is a good filing system. So it's not necessarily a product per se, but it is a way of filing your images and your folders, everything on your desktop or on your laptop, making sure that you have a good filing system so you know where everything is. Now, as a photographer, over the years, you start to accumulate a lot of images. And if you are not consistently deleting large amounts of these images, they do start to pile up, and you really do need to have that good filing system, especially as a professional photographer. There was once upon a time there where I would literally just type in like a million letters and numbers, make nonsensical folders and just kind of like leave it as that. But once I started becoming a working photographer, photographer, I was like, I don't really think I can do this anymore. I think I need to actually like label things properly and have a proper foldering system. So I'm not really going to specify any particular way here that you should do this because I think everyone's different and different ways suit different people. Personally, I like using the European date system, so starting off with the year and then the month and then the day. This makes sure that everything falls into place quite nicely when your computer automatically sorts things, and it just means that things are going to be a bit more in order that way. So I like to use that for my image renaming, but also for my foldering as well. I also like to make sure that I've got a foldering system that's fairly simple and making sure that it stays easy, because the moment that my foldering system becomes difficult or it becomes too much or too detailed, I'm going to start to not filter things properly and stuff's going to be everywhere. I just know that that's me. I need something that's simple, that's easy, that I can just still easily upload without too much hassle. So I really like to start off with the year. Then I like to start off with, categorizing obviously everything. And as long as your folders for your imagery is kind of like named with dates, usually this is more than enough to keep you organized, but it is something to really remember and to make sure that that's in place if you want to make your life easier as a photographer, especially when you're backing up numerous amounts of images as well. Making sure that you've got that system even from the beginning is just the way to go, I think, instead of waiting until it actually becomes just too overwhelming. Just start it from the beginning, get into the habit of doing it, and it'll make your life easier. And the final thing that makes my life easier currently as a photographer is actually this little camera. Now, I actually recently purchased the Osmo Pocket 3. I used to have the Osmo Pocket 2. However, it was really time for an upgrade, so I did decide to get the latest version. And this particular product is more so, I would say, for behind the scenes as a photographer. If you really enjoy taking a lot of behind the scenes clips, or you like taking a little bit of video, behind the scenes photos, things like that, this is really handy to have on set, because sometimes you don't want to pack several cameras to take with you on set while you've already got a shoot going. If you want to make your life simplified, something like this is great. The creator kit comes with the tripod, it comes with a microphone as well. So obviously if you really want to film or you want to have a good amount of behind the scenes and things like that on your shoots, or even for clients, this is so easy to have. So good for social media content creation too, if you're a photographer that does a lot of that on set. This also films vertically, so it really fits in with today's content creation and things like that, just making life easier for photographers, I think, and for videographers. I really think that this has been a great little addition to my kit, and it makes my life easier. It doesn't fill my bag with extra heavy, unnecessary equipment, and it means that I can do YouTube videos and things like that and just easily pop this in my bag. I truly think that this is one of those products over the years that has just become such a good, handy addition to a lot of photographers and videographers' kits. And even if it is not your primary camera, which obviously for me it is not, I'm not doing my beauty photography with this one by any means, but for me, being also a content creator and taking a lot of behind the scenes, taking imagery for clients, taking video for clients, this is a great little addition. And as I said, it's going to take up a lot less room and still give you really professional results as well. But those are just some of the things that have made my life easier recently as a photographer and content creator, and I really hope you enjoyed this video today. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, make sure you do, because I'll be posting a lot more videos like this one in future. Let me know down in the comment section below, as I said at the beginning of the video, is there anything in particular that has changed your life as a photographer or is really helping you at the moment? I would really love to hear anything in particular at the moment that makes your life easier down in the comment section below. Another quick reminder, if you're interested in checking out the A400 from iFootage, make sure to click the link in the description box below and go and check them out. As I mentioned, having a professional monopod like this has really changed the game for me, and it is really allowing me to have a much better setup overall as a photographer and content creator. So if you are interested in something like this, it'll definitely make your life easier. But in the meantime, make sure to hit the notification bell to see all the videos that I have coming up in future. But Happy New Year! Thank you so much for watching this video again, and I'll see you in the next one.